In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create an ink drawing to an image and composite it into another set of images. So the first thing that you want to do is convert your image to a smart filter. So you can go into the filters menu and select convert to smart filters. You'll see the small icon in the bottom right hand corner. After you've converted it for a smart filter, we'll click and hold on to the thumbnail and drag it to create a new layer. So we'll have a duplicate layer. You hide the visibility of the underlying layer, and then we're going to work on our first filter, which is blur, Gaussian blur. In Gaussian blur, we're going to have a radius of 1 pixel, so we're just going to blur it just a little bit. And you'll notice that we have these Gaussian blur here. The smart filter here, we can just simply right click on it and delete the filter mask. We don't actually need that since we're going to be working on a number of filters here. Okay, so now we have a Gaussian blur. We're going to create a second blur in our filters. So we're going to go to blur, and we're going to use a smart blur for the second blur. So we're going to soften it up even further. What works well for this example here is a radius of 3, threshold of 10. Make sure that your quality is at high. You can adjust this throughout your editing process, but you should probably start with this one. After you're done with that, click OK. Completion, you're going to then create another filter, and this one is going to be high pass. So we're going to go to filter, other, high pass. And high pass is just going to be an edge detection area. So we're going to be working with some pixels somewhere between 2 and 8 pixels so that you can start to see the outline edges of your image. After you're satisfied with that, simply click OK. Once you're done with that, make sure you press the D key for default and make sure that the black and white swatches in your tool pane is located as it is in the bottom left-hand corner here. So black is on top, white is underneath. We are then going to go into another filter. So we'll go into the filters, and in the filters gallery, go to note paper. Okay, and that's under sketch. So sketch, note paper, and you'll notice that kind of creates this note paper effect. You want to have your balance at 25, and usually graininess and relief are left at 0. After that's done, just simply click OK. From there, we are going to create another Gaussian blur effect. So we'll go to the filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and just another 1 pixel effect. Okay, so we kind of have a soft gray effect here, so we're going to click on the sliding bar here for Gaussian blur, double click on that, and then make an adjustment for our Gaussian blur to a blend mode of multiply. So that's a blend mode of multiply for this, and this is just simply darkening the actual grayscale here. Just simply click OK once that is done. After we're done with that, we are now going to create a levels adjustment. So we're going to go into our adjustments panel. We're going to hold the option key when we click on the adjustments. This gives us a new layer option for creating a clipping mask. We just simply click this checkbox for a clipping mask. You can also, if you don't hold on to the option key in the properties panel, you can click on this button here to create a clipping mask. In the bottom of the properties panel, just simply drag the black bar all the way to you start to see the histogram here, and that really darkens our image. Your midtones you can darken a little bit further as well. After you're done with that, we are then going to work with making our final results to our image. So we're going to click on our layer 0 copy, change our blend mode to multiply. Okay, and we're not going to really see any effect until we start to click on the visibility of our layer 0. So we'll click on visibility of our layer 0. We have this kind of sketching effect to it. Overall, we need to just kind of make some additional adjustments to it. So we can just simply double click on our layer 0 of our bottom, and then just simply go to our blend if scale, and then rotate from our blend if scale to the left hand side with our white, and you'll notice that we're punching a hole throughout this color. So we're actually going to be creating a ink outline for our design. We can hold our option key while grabbing onto this tool to separate this to kind of have a nice transition zone between these two areas here, which is a really nice effect here. Click OK, and now we have this kind of pseudo sketch effect that's taking place with this. And we can work with a range of different options with this. We can actually take this image and drag that into a graffiti type of wall to kind of etch that into something like that. So one way that we can approach this is just go to the layer menu, flatten image, and then just simply click and drag that into another layer, such as this wall graffiti image, and then just simply kind of make an adjustment to this, readjust the actual size of the image, and then readjust the direction of the image itself, and then change that normal mode to multiply. So it's going to erase all of the white in the image, and voila, you actually have a design that looks like it's sketched into a background. So creating a ink drawing to a image and dragging it into and compositing into a second image.